This is going to be replay review for Orozes, and we're just going to go over some of the ball chasing stats here. So I've already watched this game, but we're going to go ahead and look at the pads. First thing I go to, small pads. So I got Roses with 52 small pads, and that's exactly what I'm looking for, Roses. Next goal for you is to get 55, 60 small pads a game, if applicable. But definitely good to see you picking up small pads like that. No stolen big boosts. Would like to see some stolen big boosts. Time with 0 boost, 22 seconds. That's very respectable. So good job on small pads and on time without boost. Looks like you favored this corner, so maybe you ran back corner to this canister a little too much. We'll just have to see in the game, see how things played out. We're going to look at your positioning. We're going to see how you've been positioning. I'm just going to look at the heat map here. Yeah, pretty good distribution. Little weird that you're so much right down the middle here. Maybe just coming out of that third man position, you're pulling straight up and out. Hopefully you're not driving straight into net, then pulling a U-turn. But we'll see when we watch the replay. Another thing I'm going to look at real quick is just movement, just to make sure you're doing power slides a fair amount. Ooh. So you're doing a really good job of power sliding, so I can guess that your recovery is probably pretty good. Xylem needs to work on his, if you talk to your teammate about that, because 27 power slides is incredibly low for the Champ 1, Champ 2 level that you guys are at. Alright, now we're going to get into the replay. Alright, here we are. Let's watch through your replay and let's see if there's some things we can pick out for you to improve on. Good choice to turn up field there. So right here, you got to be a little bit careful. You're the last man in this situation. Right here, your spacing's pretty good. But Rishu and Xylem are both here at this point, and neither of them are headed back. So right here, this has got to be 100% goal for you, or you're in a pretty bad situation. I think Xylem goes back right away. Yeah, and Rishu. So just be careful when you're going for those risky plays like that. They end up kind of awkward here. So right here when you come back ball side. And you go straight for that side boost. The path you should be taking here is either through middle or through the boost lane here. So you should either be coming out and going this way and looking for the ball. And if you have to just hard retreat, going straight down the middle. Going straight down the middle is a good way too. One way you might want to be retreating, if you're going back down the middle, is you're going to be wanting to go through these pads. And then when you get here, break over and go back post. Now if you look at the line I just made there, that's 6 pads. So that's going to put you at 72 boost. So that's a better than any can. I mean, it's going to get you everything you need to make a nice save and make a good back post play. Right here you end up just kind of chasing the ball and then picking up this side boost. So definitely if you'd look for pads, at this point you would be mid facing the ball, because you would have been able to take the much quicker route and saw that you kept possession and just do this right here. And you'd be able to see that you could play the ball at this point. Alright, let's keep watching. Yeah, you and Xylem double commit there. Just make sure to work on the communication. So right here's another situation where you're just right next to free boost. You're just flipping out, not getting the boost pads. You know, just missing free boost. You're probably hoping this corner spawns. You're not moving back post. See, at this point, you can't go up for this because you don't have enough boost. Rishu's up anyways, so probably not a good idea as last man. But had you had more boost, you probably could have beat Frosty to the ball here. You're probably still low boost at this point. Good pass, though. So to be careful returning ball side here. You just made a nice pass. Look for the demo, you know, clear through the goalie, and then come back out and look to make the next play as the 3-man. I think what ends up happening here is you confuse your teammate because Rishu thinks that you're going to do something with the ball. Oh no, he just slips out of the way. But you don't want to confuse your teammate, so you want to be clear in your rotations here. Yeah, at this point, you should definitely have already turned to get this ball. Right when Rishu flips in here, right here, you should realize there's absolutely no one near this ball but you. So the two options here are to do a quick turn clear, if you can, if you're comfortable doing that. And if you can't do a quick turn clear, just play it into your corner slowly. And probably try not to go over the back wall. Try to play it back up out the wall that you already had it on. But you want to really just buy your team time here. You get an alright 50. So right here, you're flipping across the net. So you get the 50. Yeah, so you're really going to want to be taking a different path here. The first pad I was okay with if you would have got the second pad and turned around. But had you just gone a little wider, you could have grabbed 1, 2, 3 pads and then been back post facing this way and about the exact same speed. So we'll see what happens here. Yeah, so you're in a tough back post position, but you still play the ball. Okay, so this is good. I see that you're flipping straight down middle through the boost lanes. We'll see what decision you make here as you get closer to the net. Okay, so you chose to challenge the ball. You got to remember your last man here, so even a bad 50 could result in a goal. Not a bad idea, though. I would just say go a little sooner, be a little more decisive if you are going to challenge, so you don't end up doing that. You know, if you had cut that a little shorter, so right here, that was probably one flip too many. I'm going to guess you didn't have ball cam on. Yeah, so that ended up being really bad. In that situation, I would definitely think about doing a rotation like this to be back post. Or even swing it a little wider if you see the play coming like that. Or you need to be cutting straight in, and probably about at this pad right here, you needed to be beelining for the ball to try to make a play. But that is a last man play, so you are going to just want to be really careful doing that, because you need 100% hit here for your team to be not in trouble. Yeah, and then a double commit causes a goal there. Good job. Okay, your return here is okay. So right there, I'll show you exactly where this happened. So you did an okay job returning through side boost. I believe it is up. That's a replay bug. You pull up back post nicely, and then you go too far. So right here, had you not turned in towards the net, I'm going to slow it down just one more time here. Right here, you didn't swing wide enough, and you went for this pad. I'm pretty sure you had 100 booster. Maybe you were a little starved. But at this point, you should really be covering the back wall and stopping at the back post. Xylem's going to be going next, and if he ends up awkward, then you're going to end up taking the ball from him. So right about here, you're not in a good position to do anything because you're facing into the net. You should definitely be parallel with the back wall at this point. Maybe you had done a slight drift. And then right here, you could actually be going up on this instead of just sitting. And at this point where you're at, now that you've committed and made a move to the middle of the net, you can't defend this whole side of the net here. So this is all free goal for Frosty as he goes up here. And yeah, that's where he hits it. Good job going back post there. Not a bad play anyways. So definitely give Rishu some space to work there. Okay, good. Now you don't want to rush that too much because Rishu's goal is to either get a shot on net or get a pass to you. Good chances that he gets something off the backboard or he gets blocked, and then you're going to be there to pick up the pieces. So right here, Xylem got caught in a little bit of a weird position from the kickoff. Definitely just stay back post here. You're not in a position to pick up this pass, and you're also crowding Xylem, and you're pretty much putting him in a terrible position because he just landed here and he's on kickoff, so he didn't have any choice in where he's at. Yeah, that's what causes some confusion there, and do end up getting a pickup there, though. So, don't be afraid here. Maybe Xylem isn't going to let you do this, but there's definitely no reason not to wait in this area over here and let Rishu know you're across and look for something off the backboard to you. Xylem should be staying a little bit further back, more like in this area or maybe over to this side. So, think about that next time. Think about calling that I'm across because you pushed up in a perfect offensive rotation there. And then you just kind of gave up your pressure there. Okay, you are last here, but Rishu's on ball side, so you're doing pretty good. So you got a little too close there. You end up making a play. But right about here, you should realize that you're too close. You know, you backed off and decided to be the 3-man, so you need to be playing the 3-man position and let Xylem and Rishu have some space. I would recommend being in somewhere central, and I would probably be facing this direction, expecting more of a back wall play. But you're just going to have to read it as you see it, and if you see that they're getting possession of the ball, then you should be moving into this sideline to clear back at them. Yeah, so right here, that ball you should have been on if you're going to be that close. And if you're not going to be that close, then you need to be far enough away to get this ball. So good idea to look mid there for a minute and realize that you need to get back and be last man. Again, you just kind of pulled up a little too close on Xylem because you weren't able to catch the boomer. So just watch your spacing. Be in a position where you can be there if the play develops in your favor and also be there to stop a boomer downfield. Good job pulling up back post here. I would definitely wait as you have both teammates in your corner and they're not really getting a spectacular touch. Stay back post. Don't cheat up so much. This is where you're going to get in trouble, especially at the higher levels. You know, you're starting to get to where people are going to hit this spot on the net, and you're not going to be able to block this from where you are right now. So definitely think about staying in this area, facing this way, back post, and hopefully you'll be able to make some better clears and saves. Okay, at this point, you and Xylem are both pushed up together. You do a good job of backing off. Yeah, this is definitely your ball here. So don't wait on that. Definitely right here. There's no reason you can't just challenge that as you pull up. I don't know how much boost you had, but right here, you're already in and committed. Just grab this other pad in front of you and play the ball. Even if you play it back out to Rishu, who's waiting, that's still going to be better than letting Frosty do what he wants with the ball. Okay, so right here is pretty good, but you still pulled up just a little too far. Looked like you got hung up on back post. And don't push on Xylem like that. There's no reason for you to be leaving the net open to be 2 feet away from him. Good try on that 50. Now on the return here, you can see you're pretty much just avoiding pads. So at this point, you have no boost to go up for this ball. Luckily, Frosty just missed it or was out of position. So when you end up in this position right here, the boost lane's pretty much laid out right in front of you. You are going to need to cross middle. So what you would do to do that is you'd grab this pad this pad, and then start coming across this way to be back post. And you'll still end up with 5 or 6 pads, and it'll be a lot faster than just flipping straight with no boost. So right here, you're a little close to Xylem for the pass. Maybe give him a little more space and play more middle. Rishu's a little far for anything good to happen. And make sure you are communicating to Xylem that you're down here. I'm guessing that he is looking for you here. Good job backing off that, as it was way too far out in front of you. So here again, you're just kind of caught in a rough position where you're not far enough back to make a good play, or you're not far enough back to get a big clear, and so you need to be just a little more space there so that way you can make a play. Good read on that. So right here, you drove around for a crazy long time without picking up any pads. We're gonna have to go back twice. So right here, after this play, first thing on your mind should be boost lane and getting back post. As the play develops across right there, you're gonna want to be coming in on the other side. You're gonna want to be coming in this way to play back post and getting behind Xylem, because at this point Xylem's closer to playing the ball than you are. So now you're not in a position to even help Xylem here. And again, you're in that awkward position where you're not close enough to challenge and you're too far away to get a nice boomer on it. Or you're not far enough away to get a nice boomer, sorry. Just watch the driving into net. Good job moving downfield here and getting in position. Not a bad touch. So right here, you go for this side boost. I don't know if it was up or not. This is, again, the situation where you want to be using the boost lane. You could have grabbed 4 or 5 pads and been over here to support Rishu. Instead, you're running away, trying to get 100 canister, and I'm guessing with that side canister missing, you might go all the way to corner. No, you stay. That's good. It's good that you stayed here. You just didn't quite take the right path to get enough boost and get a better pass. Xylem got caught out of position there too, where he was just kind of in no man's land for the 3-man. And that's what happens. You end up getting awkward touches and you just have a bad time trying to clear the ball, and you can't challenge. So here you're in good position. Good job taking your time, because that was a free ball. You end up getting a boomer downfield. Good job spacing here. Good to be up for that. You should be looking for the bump there. I think you were. Missed the corner. That was the right path, except for right here. You just drove yourself incredibly far out of the play. If there's a boomer on net at this point, it's going to be really hard for you to save it. And I know I've said it a lot of times, but boost lanes, boost lanes, boost lanes. If you miss this canister right here, your next thought, because you can see that this isn't up, maybe it was up and I just can't tell on the replay because it's bugged, is you should be thinking pads. You should have cut in here, pad, 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 and return to back post. Let's keep going. Yeah, see, at this point right here, you're just in a really bad situation. You're probably really low boost, and you're just facing straight at the ball, straight from the middle. Luckily, Panda doesn't get the shot. So definitely let Rishu know you're back post here. You could let Rishu know so he could pull up. And right here, you pulled up a little too soon. You should just stay where you're at here, because you cannot challenge this ball. And Frosty can shoot the ball from here. He doesn't get the shot. But, so, we're going to go into free play real quick. and I know that we've talked about this before, but just gonna go over really quick the paths that you want to be taking and what I mean by back post. And this is pretty much the same thing I'm going over with everyone and trying to ingrain. It's just the back post defense. And really, once you get it down, it's really hard to fall out of rotation. Because every time you try to make a play, we'll say the ball's over in this corner. You're grabbing pads and getting back every time. And you're coming up with enough boost to make a save every time. Even if you don't get the 50, don't get the win, you're just grabbing pads and coming back. The pennies are only on a 3-second respawn timer, so you'll be able to get them every single time. And then especially on the return, let's say you get messed up and you're 0 boost in net, just cut right into the boost lane here. You don't have to use boost like I am, but 41 boost and I'm back post, ready for anything. Alright, man, that's it. You actually picked up quite a bit of pads to maintain yourself throughout the game there. Just when you're on those returns and you're starved, I know you're thinking, I got to get back as quick as I can, but it's definitely going to be way quicker and you're going to be more useful if you pick up at least a couple pads on the way back. That way you're getting back with at least like 40 boost. And you're going to get back quicker because you can use a little boost to get back along with flipping. Alright, Orozes, that's it.